The man who never rested. Emotional enhanced version ***. He woke up before the sun not because he wanted to but because life demanded it. The room was dark and cold. The kind of cold that sits inside the bones. He sat on the edge of the bed for a moment, breathing slowly, letting the pain in his back settle before standing. No one stirred. No one noticed. He liked it that way. At least that is what he told himself. In the mirror his face looked older than it felt. Or maybe it felt exactly that old. Tired eyes. Quiet eyes. He splashed water on his face and whispered softly, "Just one more day." Outside the street lights still glowed. The world asleep. Unaware of how many men like him were already exhausted before morning. He walked alone. Every step heavy. Every breath measured. Work was not a place. It was a duty. Hands rough from years of effort. Shoulders bent from responsibility. He lifted. He carried. He endured. Not because he was strong, but because someone had to be. Each hour passed slowly. His body asked him to stop. His heart reminded him he could not. He thought of his children, sleeping peacefully, unaware of the cost. That thought kept him moving. He missed mornings, missed laughter, missed himself. But he never missed work. When he came home at night, the house was full of sound. Television noise, phone notifications, busy voices. No one noticed the way he leaned against the wall for a second, just to catch his breath. He smiled anyway, because a tired father must still look strong. At dinner he ate quietly, listening, nodding, pretending his chest was not tight. They talked about dreams, about plans, about futures. He was proud, even though none of those futures included him. After dinner he fixed things. A loose handle, a broken chair. His hands shook slightly, but he did not stop. Love was never something he said. Love was something he did. Late at night, when the house finally slept, he sat alone. The silence was loud. It reminded him of everything he never said. He wondered if anyone knew how lonely strength could feel. The silence between heartbeats. The story continues from where the night never really ended. Morning came but light did not. The house was awake, but the soul inside it was not. He sat on the edge of the old bed. The same bed where promises were once whispered. Now the mattress only remembered weight, not warmth. Outside the window America was rushing. Cars moving fast. People chasing time. But inside this room time had stopped breathing. He looked at his hands. Rough hands. Hands that had worked for decades. Hands that once held a tiny child learning to walk. Those hands were shaking now. Not from cold, but from memories. The clock ticked loudly. Each sound felt like a question. Why did you wait so long? Why did you stay silent? He remembered the first day he missed a school event. Work had called. Bills had shouted louder than love. He told himself it was just one day. That one day became many. Years passed quietly. The child grew. The distance grew faster. In America, dreams move quickly. Families often do not. The phone on the table remained still. No messages. No missed calls. Silence felt heavier than noise. He stood up slowly. His knees weak. His heart weaker. The kitchen smelled like nothing. Once it smelled like coffee and laughter. Now only dust and old air. He poured coffee anyway. Not because he wanted it. Because routine was the only thing that still obeyed him. As the cup warmed his hands, a memory burned his chest. A little voice, calling him daddy, asking him to watch a drawing. A simple drawing. A house. 3 stick figures. One labeled daddy. He never framed that drawing. He told himself later. Later never came. In the mirror he barely recognized the man staring back. Eyes tired. Face aged. A man who had provided everything. Except presence. In this country success is loud. But regret is quiet. He sat at the small table. The chair across from him empty. Always empty. He whispered a name. The sound broke his own heart. Across the city. In another quiet apartment. A grown child sat alone too. Different walls. Same silence. So. When silence finally speaks. The phone lay between his hands. Heavy like a truth he had avoided. Minutes passed. then hours. But his eyes never left the screen. Every vibration of the house felt louder than before. Even his own breathing felt unfamiliar. He wondered how a man could build a life, yet fail to build a bridge to his own child. Outside, the world kept moving. Inside him, everything waited. Across the city, she sat on the edge of her couch, the phone beside her, face tired, eyes carrying years. She told herself not to look, but her heart had already turned. The missed call stared back at her, a name she had trained herself not to react to. She closed her eyes. Memories rushed in. Not gently. She remembered small moments. Him tying his shoes in a hurry. Him saying maybe later. Him saying next time. Later never came. Next time disappeared. She felt anger. But beneath anger lived sadness. Deep and quiet. Back in the old house. He stood up suddenly, as if courage had finally found him. He walked slowly to the window, placed his hand on the glass. Cold, just like the years between them. He spoke out loud. Not to anyone, just to the truth. I failed you. The words felt strange, but freeing. Men often wait too long to say simple things. He sat down again, picked up the phone. This time he typed, "I am here." 3 words. He stared at them. Deleted. Typed again. "I am sorry." Deleted. How do you apologize for absence? For birthdays missed. For nights not spent. Across the city. She picked up her phone, her fingers shaking. She read the missed call notification again, as if it might disappear. She wanted to ignore it. She had practiced ignoring him, but something felt different. Something inside her cracked. She remembered one night. She was sick, young, feverish. She waited by the door, watching shadows, hoping. He never came that night. She learned then. Hope can hurt. Back in the house, he finally pressed send. I never knew how to say this. The message left his phone, carrying decades of weight. Seconds passed, then minutes. Across the city, her phone